Toyota 1000 kilometer desert race, premier off-road event of the year, and for all who compete, the most demanding and challenging on the national calendar. Originally held in Botswana and known as the Trans-Kalahari Road Race, the event has made some changes, but remains unique, as clerk of the course John Salters explains.
The event itself has, I think, grown tremendously. I think many of the competitors would have preferred to have remained in Botswana. However, for whatever reason, we just could not. But certainly we are very much at home now in Vryburg. The local people are very cooperative and give us all the support that they can. An interesting aspect of the event is, of course, that if you look at it historically, four-wheel drive vehicles have won on 6 of the 11 events that have been held, and these space frame specials have won on 5 occasions. The Audi Quattro, which won the event last year, very much threw a cat amongst the pigeons because nobody expected a rally car, basically, although it is a purpose-built saloon car, to do as well as it did. It'll be interesting to see what happens this year. On the motorcycle side, we have an even split, with Honda having won 4 on 4 occasions, and with KTM having won on 4 occasions. So perhaps it's time this year for one of the other manufacturers to set the record straight.
Moved from Botswana to the Northern Cape area, John explains the route.
Right. We kick off on the Thursday with a 70-kilometer section around the Vryburg area, basically around the town, through the farmlands. Those times are used to set up the starting sequence for the Friday morning. On Friday morning, the competitors will leave Vryburg, the cars at 7, motorcycles at 8, and once again drive through farms until they get to Bafokeng. They cross the border into that area, and then follow tracks until they get to the Moshaneng River. They've got 40-odd kilometers in the river, and in that 40 kilometers is the one allowed service point. After that, they proceed in a northwesterly direction up towards Severn, and then turn off from Severn and go almost due north to Pomfret Mine, where the overnight stop is. On the Saturday morning, there's a 6:30, effectively a sunrise start for the competitors, and they follow the route in reverse.
With the paperwork and scrutineering completed, the drivers get down to what they came here for. And the first competitors into the time section are released.
Ein Punker unterrichtet in der großen Stadt. Es war in Wien, war Vienna, wo alles tat. Hatte Schulden, denn trank, doch ihn liebten alle Frauen. Und jede rief, kann man Rock Me Amadeus. War Superstar, war populär, war so exaltiert, because hatte Flair. War ein Virtuose, war ein Rockidol. Und alles rief, kann man Rock Me Amadeus.
It's no secret that the off-road boys disliked a rally car taking the honours in 1985. How does last year's winner, Jeff Mortimer, feel about the competition?
I think the trucks obviously are the big threat, particularly the other rally driver-driven truck of Hannes Grobler. I think we'll have to watch what he's doing. War ein Rockidol und alle suchten heute Captain Rock Me Amadeus.
Last year's bike winner, Mark Davies.
Well, I don't think the pressure's on me, Rob. I've had my break, and I think that the other guys are under more pressure because they're the ones that have got to win, and I know what I want to do, and I'm going to just set my pace and hope it works. That's what I'm going to do.
While the Sasol-sponsored Brian Atkins special runs out of fuel. At the finish, competitors clock in their times, but at the first 500cc bike finish, there's no sign of Mark Davies or Alfie Cox. A single rock on the road has ended the race for the two top contenders, Cox with a broken leg and Davies with spinal and knee injuries.
Rob, I think the racing section 1, the 70k loop, is the hardest part of the whole race because everyone rides like a lunatic. They normally put us over probably the worst section of the whole race, and you thrash your bike more than anything. So if you get through the first day with no damage, 90% of the time you'll get through the whole race.
Words spoken only hours before the race. So, as the two top competitors are flown to hospital, the motorcycle race becomes open house. Team Green's Russell White on his Kawasaki heads the pack at the start of Friday's racing section, but it's anybody's race, with the likes of Beattie, Nemo, Ireland, Atkinson and Tebbit in the first 10. Jeremy Davies, himself a crash victim on Thursday, starts in 14th place, 5 minutes behind the leader. As for the cars, Jan Hubert and Nico O'Neill in their VW Beetle start first. The Reinecker brothers, Andre Koch and Louis Kluter are all well placed. The Audi is placed 9th, while Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel are a full 5 minutes off the pace. In the early morning sunrise over Freiburg, the formation takes shape for the 7 a.m. start. The thought of 1,000 kilometers of rough roads, heat, dust and possible punctures has all the competitors wide awake. As Jan Hubert rolls off, he can only hope to put as much daylight as possible between himself and the big Nissan of RP Reinecker. Behind them, local cattle farmer Andre Koch starts his race to Pomfret, his V8-powered Ford Muscle four-wheel drive propelling him into the section. Richard Schilling and Jürgen Hertel get their starting orders. As do Jeff Mortimer and Spotty Woodhead. Some 40 kilometers into the race, RP Reinecker has the lead, pushing Jan Hubert and his Beetle into second spot. But Hubert is being caught by the Louis Kluter-Richard Leek combo in the Toyota dealer team Hilux. With Mortimer making an impressive charge behind them. While the leading cars kick up fumes of dust behind them, the first puncture victim, Bruce Carolyn, finds himself with more than a flat tire.
What's the problem there, Bruce?
Chalky, I've got a puncture button off, and it's the first time I've had one, and the jack's out of commission here, so we had to do a repair first on the jack. But we're going strong.
But you're going to get going?
Certainly, bud.
Okay, hang in there, boy.
Thanks, China.
Mortimer takes third place from a sporting Hubert. While ahead of them, super quick Louis Kluter takes the lead. At the second checkpoint, 192 kilometers from the start, the order remains car 400, Kluter. Car 605, Arpi Reinecker. And car 600, Jeff Mortimer in the Quattro. Not far behind the leading trio and making up time are Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel. The bike boys congregate at the Freiburg start.